One word. One planetary refusal. It spread like wildfire through the core worlds. The humans said no. At first, the council laughed. Then came outrage. Then fear. Because the humans didn't just say no, they backed it up. Within weeks, human warships decloaked at the edge of forbidden zones, displaying technology the council hadn't even imagined: gravitic disruptors, adaptive armor, AI-assisted command chains. These were not primitives. They were predators. Then came the information war. Council archives were hacked with terrifying ease. Propaganda beacons were hijacked. Entire council fleets found their navigation systems subtly altered, sending them light years off course. Every analyst scrambled for an explanation. Had someone armed the humans? Were they using outlawed tech? But all evidence pointed to one horrific truth. They'd done it themselves. For centuries, Earth had fought itself, and in doing so had become exquisitely good at it. What truly terrified the council was what came next. Nothing. The humans didn't invade. They didn't retaliate. They simply stopped responding. One word, and silence. It forced the council to face a realization no species had ever imposed on them before. Humanity didn't want war, but it wasn't afraid of it either. Across the galaxy, conquered species took note. On the slave worlds of the Ashari, whispers of no echoed in secret. On mining colonies, human-made comm devices were smuggled in, containing that same broadcast. A single word. It became a symbol, a rallying cry. The Council, once the unchallenged center of galactic power, now stared into an uncertain future, because Earth had done something no species had ever dared. They refused. In the vast tapestry of the galaxy, thousands of species coexisted under the loose governance of the Galactic Concord. Ships of every make and model drifted through the stars: sleek Varnathi cruisers, living Zerkian bioships, gravity-folding Droxian freighters. And then there were the humans. No one wanted to board a human ship. Not anymore. It hadn't always been this way. When humanity first entered the galactic scene, they were underestimated, short-lived, emotionally volatile, and from a Class 12 death world. Curiosity had drawn other species to their vessels. The humans were eager to trade, share tech, and offer rides. But it didn't take long for word to spread. The horror began with a minor incident. A Zerati diplomat had accepted a lift aboard a human military vessel to attend peace negotiations on Andrus Prime. Mid-transit, the ship was caught in a pirate ambush. Standard procedure among most species would have been to negotiate or escape. The humans did neither. Instead, they turned off the ship's artificial gravity, an ancient trick, and launched themselves at the pirates like missiles in zero-G, knives and firearms in hand, howling what the translator could only interpret as yeehaw. The Zerati diplomat later described it as watching apex predators enjoy the chaos. He never traveled with humans again. But the most infamous incident, the one that cemented the galactic-wide refusal, was the Dracarys rescue operation. The Dracarys were a cautious, aquatic species. One of their colony ships suffered catastrophic engine failure near a pulsar field. No alien ship dared venture into the gravitational turbulence. None except the humans. A single Terran search and rescue ship, the HSC Dauntless, entered the hazard zone without hesitation. On board were only 5 crew members. It should have been a doomed effort. Instead, the Dauntless emerged 3 hours later with the entire Dracarys crew rescued. But when questioned, the Dracarys survivors shook uncontrollably in their water tanks. They didn't speak of gratitude. They spoke of madness. "We were strapped into chairs, then thrown into gravity waves like it was a game," the Dracarys commander shrieked to his council. The humans call it surfing singularities. They laughed. Further reports emerged. A Kroll merchant who boarded a human freighter for a cargo contract was horrified when a hull breach occurred mid-transit. Instead of panicking, the human crew sealed it with duct tape and continued playing poker as if nothing had happened. A Tharn engineer on a human science vessel witnessed them restart a failing reactor manually by spacewalking into a radiation storm with shielding improvised from kitchenware and lead-lined blankets.